Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I got a reliable old standby. Hang on 1 minute. Oh yeah, that is really good. And again, once more, Costco, Kirkland, Summit Roast right there in the Keurig cup because we got a lot of them. And it's a great coffee. It really is. I enjoy it a lot. I just got a lot of them and they're very, very convenient. But yeah, if you're a member of Costco, check them out. Summit Roast, yeah. It's really, really terrific. When I say check them out, you get like 120 of these. I think it's like 120, 125. Yeah, you get a lot for like less than $30 or less than $35. I can't remember, but man, it's a good price point and they give you a lot of them. So yeah, I got a lot of them and we're taking advantage of it. And we're using our Geneva on the Lake Erie mug that we picked up over the Easter holiday. We showed this once before. The weather's finally starting to get a little warmer right now. So we pulled this out. And we also have, check it out, we also have our Geneva on the Lake hoodie. Well, you can't hear me there. Our Geneva on the Lake hoodie. Okay, how about that? Huh? See that? Isn't that great? Yeah, because it's finally starting to get more summery. We've had rain and cold weather, and it looks like it's finally starting to turn the corner for warmer spring weather, summer weather, that sort of thing. Hang on, let me get one more sip here. Hang on. That's terrific. And we have our official coaster from soapspoon.com right there. Our official coffee coaster. A big, big thank you to Andy Kaiser. Thank you again, Andy. And check out soapspoon.com. He's got a great little product there for your shave den. How are you this morning? Great to be with you. Thanks so very, very much for tuning in. As we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Okay, one more sip. Hang on. That's terrific. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you're tuning into the audio podcast version of the Monday Morning Mailbag this morning, thanks very much for listening via all those great streaming platforms like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, that sort of thing. We got a great show for you this morning. I mean, we got some great stuff that came in like right before the deadline. I thought, I got to include that. We got some really, really neat stuff this morning. Let me get over to my topics here. Click on that. Go to that little bookmark and there. Oh yeah, now we got a great viewer shaving tip once more from viewer John R. Newton. John, thank you very, very much. You'll be interested to know this if you use a Rockwell razor. We also got a great shave den visit from Jim from Northfield, James Gosda. We got the usual round of reminders. We got some giveaway updates again this morning. And let's see, we want to remind you about the Blizzard battles and the Texas Wet Shave Meetup. That's coming up here. We got some great refill comments, some new wet shave gear. We got some really, really neat stuff that came in right before cameras rolled. Really excited to share this with you this morning. And we also have some really interesting questions and comments. So all in all, a terrific, terrific show. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope the weather is very agreeable where you're at. Hey, let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, the shaving tip this morning comes from viewer John R. Newton, and it involves installing a razor blade in a Rockwell 6S or Rockwell 6C adjustable razor. Boy, these are terrific. This particular 6S that we have here was very kindly and generously sent to the channel, courtesy of viewer Jim from Northfield, James Gosda. Jim, thank you again very, very much. Yeah, check that out right there. Rockwell, yeah. How about that, huh? And of course, it has that base plate that you can flip over to change the aggression level of your shave. And it comes with 3 different plates, and each side has a different aggression level. A very, very popular razor in the wet shaving community. The 6S is stainless steel. The 6C is chrome plated. Anyhow, here's what John has to say about installing a razor blade in the Rockwell 6S or 6C. Dear Mark, I'm sharing this tip that I just recently discovered. I think this is important because of how popular the Rockwell 6S and 6C are. I have always had trouble with my Rockwell 6S in regards to blade alignment. I never could seem to put the razor together and have the blade to be exactly aligned. Since the top cap and bottom plate are injection molded, I ruled out a defective razor. I tried this with every bottom plate and had the same result. This will apply to any razor that has exposed blade tabs, most notably the ones that also have round pins to hold the blade in place. You can test this by how much blade play you have between the top cap and the blade before you install the bottom plate. I would always hold the blade, top cap, and bottom plate by the ends. Then I would screw the handle onto the head assembly and tighten it while I was gripping the edges. Since the blade is exposed, holding it this way, I was actually torquing the blade out of alignment when the two halves came together. I have shown two pictures of the blade exposure on each side. Hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. There is about 3 to 5 thousandths of an inch difference in blade exposure from one side to the other. What I found was put the top cap down first and then drop the blade onto the top cap. Then take the bottom plate and place it on top of the blade. Gently hold the bottom plate down with your index and middle finger on each side of the threaded post while you screw the handle onto the assembly. Increase your pressure just enough that the razor doesn't spin when you finish tightening the handle. You do not need to torque it down with extreme force because you could actually damage the threaded post. When you do it this way, the blade automatically aligns itself as it seats together with the top cap and the bottom plate. If you have a razor that uses the bars to hold the blade into position, it's not much of an issue. I think he's referring to those base plates that have tabs that fit into slots on the cap. I think that's what he's referring to there. However, I now put all my razors together this way to ensure that the blade is perfectly aligned. It doesn't seem like much of a big deal, but when you're using a razor, thousandths of an inch make a difference in blade exposure and alignment. Sincerely yours, John. John, thanks very, very much for a terrific tip on proper installation and alignment of a razor blade in a Rockwell 6S and 6C. That's terrific. And I know a lot of viewers out there are going to give it a try because, again, a very, very popular razor in the wet shaving community. John, thanks again very, very much. And John already has an original signed George sketch. But if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So John, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a Shave Den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime, a classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of Jim from Northfield, James Gazda. Jim, thank you very, very much. And he writes, "Hey, Mark, I thought I would share a photo of this unique vintage cartridge razor lot. On left is a vintage Gillette Atra with case and 5 cartridge blade pack. This appears to have been unused. Next is a Gillette whistle in new old stock condition. This is an Atra geared for women. Next to that on top is a Schick pivoting razor, new in box. This was Schick's version to compete with the Atra. Below that is a vintage Wilkinson Sword Ultra Glide with 10 blades. Next to those is the promotional Gillette swivel disposable razors given out to customers at McDonald's back in the day. Below is a couple of modern Sensor 2 disposable razors the seller just threw in with the lot. I know these may be taboo for today's traditional wet shaver, but if we remember what we used to have to shave with, it makes us appreciate all the wonderful choices we have today. Thanks, and I wish you a great week. Jim from Northfield. Jim, thank you very, very much, and you make a great point. Yeah, these are great vintage cartridge razors, and they illustrate what was available back in the day to shave with. And as we often mention here on the Monday Morning Mailbag, this is the best time to be doing the traditional wet shave because there is so much out there to choose from. I mean, there are great, great razors at every price point, and they are beautifully, beautifully made and manufactured and plated. And yeah, it's a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave because, as we always say, you'll find a safety razor, a brush, a shave soap, that sort of thing that fits your walt and skin and beard type. Yeah, a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. And blades by the hundreds of thousands out there. You can find any kind of razor blade under the sun that will really customize a shave to you for your skin type and beard type that is going to fit and pair up with that razor that you have, your favorite razor, beautifully. Yeah, and it really is a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. And knowing that what was available back in the day, yeah, I agree. It makes us appreciate all the more what we have today doing the traditional wet shave. From wonderful artisan shaving brushes to wonderful stainless steel razors. Yeah, a great time to be doing the traditional wet shave. And again, Jim, thanks so much for sharing these wonderful vintage cartridge razor finds that you now have in your shave den. It really is a great reminder how good we have it today doing the traditional wet shave. Jim, thanks again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, we wanted to remind you of a couple things going on way down Texas way. First up, get over to Barry Bedford's YouTube channel called A Texan Shaves, because Blizzard Battles 2026 Artisan Challenge will begin the first week of June. Again, that's on A Texan Shaves YouTube channel. That's Barry's YouTube channel. So get ready for some menthol shave soap showdowns going on up there. That promises to be a lot of fun. We talked about it in detail last week on the Monday Morning Mailbag. So check out last week's show if you want to know all about it in detail. But just wanted to give you a reminder that Blizzard Battles 2026 Artisan Challenge on A Texan Shaves YouTube channel starts the first week of June. Mark your calendar, subscribe to his channel. Also that week is the Great Texas Wet Shavers Meetup. We're going to put information on the screen for you. It's hosted by Doug Embry and Barry Bedford. This is their third meetup, and they now have a home for the meetup. It's being held June 6th at the fabulous Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, Texas, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free admission. They currently have 18 vendors that are going to be there, a 16-foot pith table, and it's looking like they might have more giveaways than attendees. Barry says, I think this will be the largest meetup this year. And yeah, it looks like a good one. They got a Facebook page up there, a Texas Wet Shavers Meetup Facebook page. Check that out. And you can also get up to Barry's channel and drop him a note at A Texan Shaves if you want more information. So a couple of great things happening way down Texas way. Blizzard Battles 2026 and the Great Texas Wet Shavers Meetup. Well, we've got a couple of giveaway updates for you this morning. We heard from our winner in the Copper Crown giveaway, Matt Anderson, and he emailed us, "Good morning, Mark. I just saw that I won the Copper Crown giveaway. Let me know what information you need from me, and thank you again for putting this together. Best regards, Matt Anderson." And then he immediately turned around and sent another email saying, "My apologies. I was so excited I won that I paused the video before you mentioned to include my address. Here it is below." And of course, he included his address. "If you need anything else, let me know. Thank you. I didn't need anything else. All I needed was your shipping address. It's been shipped to him. It's on its way. Probably by the time this airs, he will have received it. And we'll give you an update. And we'll show you whatever pictures or videos he sends along, because we ask that he very kindly send something along that lets everyone know that he received the prize, that sort of thing. So congratulations again to Matthew Anderson, our winner in the Copper Crown giveaway. The prize package has been shipped to him. It's on its way, and probably by the time this airs, he will have received it, and we'll update you on that in the next Monday Morning Mailbag or sometime down the road. So congratulations again to Matt Anderson. Now, we also have another giveaway going on, the Artisan and Engineer giveaway, and the deadline is tomorrow, May 19th, to enter. We're going to be selecting the winner also tomorrow on May 19th. I don't know what time. It depends on my schedule, so make sure to get up there and enter the Artisan and Engineer giveaway. The heart of that giveaway is a beautiful handcrafted artisan-made shave set courtesy of David Lair of Indie Brushworks. It's absolutely gorgeous, and also a big thank you to Easy D and Patricia Bagwell for also contributing to the prize package giveaway. A really, really terrific prize package giveaway. So check it out. We'll have a link below where you can get over to that video, learn all about it, leave a comment there and enter and that sort of thing. And it's open worldwide. So again, congratulations to our Copper Crown giveaway winner, Matt Anderson, and check out the Artisan and Engineer giveaway. The deadline to enter is tomorrow. Good luck to everyone. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get another sip here. Oh, that's good and hot. Man, that's fresh out of the Keurig machine. Wow, that is good. Once again, from Costco, we're enjoying Kirkland Summit Roast, organic medium roast coffee. Very, very flavorful, great price point, and they give you a lot. Yeah, going to take a while to get through these, but it's just a terrific, terrific coffee. Give it a look if you're a member of Costco. And we're using our Geneva on the Lake Erie coffee mug. We picked this up when we had Easter Sunday brunch with my brother Tom, his wife Lori, daughters Bryn and Kelly, Kelly's boyfriend Anthony. Had a great, great time. And Geneva on the Lake is a really, really terrific weekend destination getaway. Check it out if you're ever in Northeast Ohio. And how's the coffee you're drinking this morning? Thanks so much for enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. But how's the coffee you're drinking this morning? Is it healthy? Well, check out the Black Coffee Life. This is Mantic 59's website, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also check out the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. A hardcover collection of great Lockhorns cartoons. And also give the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar a look. Plenty of year left, and each one of those tearaway days features a great, funny, and entertaining Lockhorns cartoon. Both of those are available on Amazon, and we'll have the links below. And of course, the Lockhorns by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. Hang on, let me get another sip here. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's terrific. Yeah, all right. A little housekeeping done. Let's get to some of these refill comments and see what everyone has to say. This comes from Larry Shaves. What a great Shave Den visit from David. Loved it. Yeah, this was David Lair's Shave Den visit from last week. If you missed it, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. A terrific Shave Den visit by David Lair, the wonderful, talented artisan behind the Artisan and Engineer giveaway. He did this beautiful handmade, artisan-made shave set that is the centerpiece of the Artisan and Engineer giveaway. And again, the deadline is tomorrow, May 19th, so make sure to enter. We'll have the link below. And David just had a fantastic Shave Den visit, so check it out when you get a chance. I agree, Larry. Great, great Shave Den visit. Phil Luck, 1956, checked in and he writes, another fantastic episode. The Shave Den visit was phenomenal. David's collection is great. Shave Den tours are my favorite thing to watch, and this one certainly didn't disappoint. Thanks, David. Yeah, again, folks, give it a look. It really, really was terrific. James Sefton writes, another Grand Slam 3MB is in the books. A lot of information, and the Shave Den visit was great. Again, a lot of viewers loved that Shave Den visit last week. If you missed it, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. John's Pipe Journey. This is John Newton. He writes, hi, Mark. Thank you so much for posting my shaving tip of the week. I really appreciate it, and my wife got a big kick out of it as well. Thank you also for showing David's Shave Den. That was totally incredible. He's blessed with so many different soaps, splashes, and razors. It just blew my mind to see how many beautiful shave products that he has. Thanks again, Mark. You have a blessed rest of your week, my friend. Love and respect. That's from John Newton. John, thank you very, very much. And again, a lot of viewers out there love that Shave Den visit. If you missed it, last week's Monday Morning Mailbag, that would be May 11th, 2026 episode. So check that out. This comes from Led Zork, or Led_Zork, LED_ZORQ. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hello, Mark. Warm greetings to you from Ukraine. Glad to see you in good health and good spirits. I love the topic of classic wet shaving. I personally shave with a Rockwell 6C using Euromax, Dorco Titan, Feather, and Kai blades. Keep bringing us joy with your videos. May the Lord protect you and your loved ones. Wishing you all the best and good health. Led, thank you very, very much for checking in all the way from Ukraine. That's wonderful. And I hope you benefited this morning from the shaving tip regarding the Rockwell 6C that John Newton sent us, and we shared with everyone this morning. So check it out and let us know if it works for you or how you install a razor blade in your Rockwell 6C. Thanks so much for checking in all the way from Ukraine. Thank you very, very much. This comes from Soap Spoon Andy. I think this is Andy Kaiser. Hi, Mark. It was great meeting you at Maggard's. I'm honored that the Soap Spoon Coaster is the official coffee coaster for the 3MB. Thanks for all you do. Yeah, we'll show it to you again. Right here. Here it is, right here, soapspoon.com. He was giving these out for free at the Maggard meetup. And Andy has a really, really terrific product in the Soap Spoon. Check that out. Get over to soapspoon.com and check that out. And again, this is a terrific coaster. Check that out. Look how well made that is. That is really, really marvelous. And right there, and that is our official Monday morning mailbag coaster right there from Andy Kaiser. Andy, thank you again very, very much. Viewer Aaron Watson checked in, and he writes, "Hey, Mark, I have that brown Maggard shave brush knot on a handle that I bought from David last year. It's an underrated knot that has great performance." Aaron's referring to this shave brush knot right here that we installed on this beautiful spalted maple shave brush handle that David Lair very kindly gifted to the channel. Check that out. Isn't that gorgeous? And that brown knot just complements things so very, very nicely. A beautiful, beautiful shaving brush handle. And this knot is wonderful. We've already done a review of the knot and the brush handle. It's been, well, we have to edit it and then get it posted. And hopefully we'll do that real soon. But yeah, and we also did a face lather with this, not on camera. I wanted to see how that went, and it was great. I mean, it was just wonderful. And we also have a video posted of seating this knot into the handle. So check that out as well. Aaron, thank you very, very much for confirming how wonderful this knot is. It really is. It is really, really soft. I mean, this is a really beautiful soft knot. And it has, the way I have it seated here, it's got, for me, just the right amount of backbone. I mean, it's terrific. It just whips up a great lather in a bowl. And it also did a great job at face lathering. And the shape of the handle itself is just genius. I mean, really, really wonderful. It just fits in the hand so naturally and wonderfully. So a big, big thank you to David Lair for the spalted maple shave brush handle. Still looking for a name for it because we acquired this one from David. This is the 3MB Lighthouse shave brush handle that everyone dubbed it because it looks like a lighthouse. So we're calling it the 3MB Lighthouse shaving brush right there. Isn't that great? This was also artisan made by David Lair. And we picked this up from him at last year's Ohio Wet Shave Meetup. He he donated a beautiful shave brush handle that we gave, or shaving brush complete with knot that we gave away on the channel. And I said, "You've got to make me one." And I, handed him some money and said, I gotta get a brush from you. And the 3MB Lighthouse brush right here. Look at that. I mean, he just does some amazing, amazing work. So get over to Indie Brushworks and check out his work. Really, really fantastic. And check out the giveaway because his contribution, that shave set, is the heart of that giveaway. And a big thank you to EZD and Patricia Bagwell for also contributing to that giveaway. So, Aaron, thank you so much for confirming. Really do appreciate that. Roger Stanley checked in. Have a great week, Mark. See you next Monday. Roger from Up Over. Yeah, that's our new nickname from Canada because for some reason, I confused Roger with being from Australia, and he wrote the channel and said, "No, I'm not from down under. I'm from Canada, up over." So that's what we're calling Canada now, up over. So, Roger, thank you very, very much for that. Great to hear from you from up over. That's wonderful. This is David Lair checking in, Indie Shaver. Cool seeing my humble shave den on the 3MB. I forgot to point out my George sketch, a treasured part of the collection. David, thank you very much for framing George and having him in your shave den. I really am very, very honored by that. It was great to see that. And I just wanted to let you narrate the video and kind of take everyone on the tour. I'm sure everyone noticed it. And yeah, just a terrific, terrific shave den tour. And thank you so much for making George a part of your shave den. Really, really do appreciate it. And again, heartfelt appreciation for the Spalted Maple Shave Brush handle and also for sponsoring this latest giveaway. Thank you very, very much. Jimmy V Photography checked in. Yup, I guessed Teddy. Your hints were great. As soon as I heard outdoorsman and conservationist, I knew who you meant. Plus, I was there. When he said it. Google giggles. I really did laugh out loud at that. This is in regards to last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. We had like a little quiz, a question. Who coined the phrase good to the last drop? It was President Teddy Roosevelt. We gave everyone a little bit of time to guess, and Jimmy got it right. And Google giggles, that was the last laugh. That was the last laugh from last week. And I had fun drawing that one up. Jimmy, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much. Mully Shaves checked in. Thanks for the share, Mark. I used that razor this morning. Oh, this is regarding that wonderful Vector razor, that vintage, it is new. It's new in box. Check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. Mully found this beautiful, beautiful vintage razor that was never opened. Incredible. You have to see it. You have to see it. Anyhow, he writes, thanks for the share, Mark. I used that razor this morning. A fantastic shave. Not as mild as the current Feather ASD2, but not overly aggressive. A good medium aggressive shave that cleans it all up without the razor burn. Hey, that is great to hear. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous razor. Check it out. Mully Shaves. We shared it. I think it's in questions and comments from last week. He shared it with everyone. An absolutely beautiful vintage razor find. Hey, Mully, thanks very much for checking in. I really do appreciate that. David Bates, 5310, writes, perfect pronunciation of our marvelous cake and the county from which it originated. Second try on the county. Yeah, great show, Mark, as always. David, thank you very, very much. This is in regards to John Shaves 101's new tradition, the bank holiday Monday morning mailbag tradition. On a bank holiday, John gets to spend a little more time with the Monday morning mailbag, and he gets out one of these classic British pastries, and he shares it with everyone and takes some pictures of it. And we learn a lot about these wonderful, wonderful British pastries and their history and that sort of thing and how they came about. And this was Eccles cake, which I pronounced correctly, and it originated in Lancashire. Aha! Got it on the first try. I didn't get it on the first try last week. But that is terrific. A big, big thank you to John Shaves 101 for a great tradition going forward. Looking forward to the next bank holiday Monday morning mailbag tradition check-in. That's great, John. Thank you very, very much. And David, thanks for confirming that I got the pronunciations correct. I really do appreciate that. This comes from Lee Hazley. You pronounced Eccles correctly, and on the second attempt, Lancashire. I got it again. This really does make me long for the comfort that is provided by a good Eccles cake. Yeah, that's wonderful, Lee. I'm so glad you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing a little bit of research on Eccles cake and how it originated, and I've learned a little bit more about British pastry and some of the holidays that surround some of these pastries and that sort of thing. And again, a big, big thank you to John Shaves 101. Thanks again, Lee. Thanks very, very much for that. Really do appreciate that. Chris Bodrab checked in. Dave, Indie Shaver, is a great guy, a fellow Hoosier, and I have been able to spend time with him at some meetups. So cool to see your shave den, Dave. Yeah, David Lair is an absolutely wonderful, wonderful gentleman, a great fellow shaver, and very, very generous. Cannot say it enough. So I agree with you, Chris. Absolutely. And again, get up to Indie Brushworks and check out David's wonderful artisan handiwork up there. He does some beautiful, beautiful work. Chris, thanks again very, very much. Keith Osmond checked in. Hey, Mark, just thought I'd thank you and David Dart for the shout out. Henri at Victoria make great products, and their standard vegan base is very good. They also offer a premium tallow triple milled base, still a fairly soft soap rather than a hard puck. That, in my opinion, is worth the extra cost. Similar to when PAA offered both the CK1 and CK6 formulations. The tallow base is only available with the Duc de Santal and Cognac and Cuban Cigars scents. Well, we have the Cognac and Cuban Cigar shave soap, courtesy of David Dart. David, thank you again very, very much. And that tallow triple milled base is wonderful. It works up a wonderful, wonderful lather. Haven't tried the vegan base, but yeah, that one sounds awesome as well. So Keith, thank you very, very much for checking in on that. This is in regards to the review that David Dart did for us in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag on Henri et Victoria Duc de Santal, which was suggested to him by Keith Osmond. So gentlemen, thank you again very, very much. If you missed it, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. Again, Keith, thanks very, very much. Hey, Charles Price checked in. The only bad review I ever saw Mark give was to the Dollar Tree 3-piece razor. Laugh out loud. Yeah, thanks very much for that, Charles. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is in regard to how many negative reviews have been on this channel. Yeah, this was one. The Dollar Tree 3-piece razor, I wasn't able to finish the shave with that, as I recall. I'm going to have to dig up that video again, but as I recall, I had to put it aside and said, I can't finish the shave, and even then, maybe someone out there has a really, really tough, rugged beard. Maybe that razor will work for them. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, for me, yeah, I had to put it down and finish the shave with another razor. Can't remember what I finished with. But yeah, that was probably one review that wasn't really too much on the positive side, only because I couldn't finish the shave with the Dollar Tree 3-piece razor. So yeah, hey Charles, thanks very much for that. Thanks for reminding me of that. I got to check out that video again. Thanks very, very much. This comes from PHX 8637, beautiful handle. Oh, I think this is regarding the spalted maple. Beautiful handle. I wish you would have said why you put a quarter in the handle before placing the knot in. Some of the newbie shavers may not know. I always do a preset to check for the backbone before I do my final glue. Other than that, you did a fine job of setting the knot. Hey, thank you very, very much, PHX. I really do appreciate that. And you're correct. I forgot to mention why I put a quarter in there, because you're checking how much backbone the knot is going to have and how it sits. And if, for instance, you place the knot in there and it goes all the way to the bottom and it gives you too much backbone, you might want to take a quarter or two and put it inside the handle and then reseat the knot and see if that improves, if that lessens too much backbone is what I'm saying. So that kind of adjusts the amount of backbone that you'll have in your shave brush knot. And what I had was 1/4 in there because I seated it without the quarter and I thought, man, that might be a little too much backbone for this particular handle. So I put the quarter in there and I just think it came out wonderfully. I really, really liked it. I mean, I really, really like it. I mean, it just really has just the right amount. Great for face lathering and great for bowl lathering. So yeah, I think I hit the right amount of backbone for this particular brush knot with this handle. But yeah, that's the reason, and thank you for pointing that out. I apologize for not mentioning that in the video where we seated this knot. So yeah, thanks very, very much for that. I really, really do appreciate that. This comes from Ricker, 76er. Be careful with using Gorilla Glue for this. I've heard it expands as it cures. Use too much and you are risking cracking your handle. Beautiful handle, by the way. Well, this is in regards to the video we did of setting this knot in this beautiful spalted maple handle. Now, I looked into this Ricker 76er, and you're correct. If you use the original Gorilla Glue, it will expand. That's the stuff, I think, in the brown bottle. However, I did my research, and Gorilla Waterproof Caulk and Seal. This is what we used right here, okay? Gorilla Waterproof Caulk and Seal, 100% silicone sealant and caulk. This is what we used to set the knot, okay? This does not expand. This does not expand. we did an AI search, and here's what it says. I'll just kind of briefly give you some of the highlights here. The Gorilla product you used, a Gorilla 100% silicone caulk waterproof sealant. This is a pure silicone sealant. It cures by releasing acetic acid, vinegar smell. It does not expand, foam, or swell. It stays flexible and rubbery. It's designed for sealing gaps, not structural bonding. Using it to secure a knot in a wooden handle is totally fine. The worst that can happen is that it doesn't bond as strongly as an epoxy would, but it will not exert outward pressure. Now, the product your viewer is warning about, they're referring to Gorilla Glue Original Polyurethane, the brown bottle. That one expands 2 to 3 times as it cures, foams aggressively, can push joints apart, can crack thin or delicate wood if over-applied, requires moisture to activate. This is the famous expanding Gorilla Glue people warn about. It is not the same product as Gorilla Silicone. So we use this, and this was recommended by Caleb Aylesworth of Aylesworth Razors and also Chris Bodrab. We talked with them at last year's Maggard meetup, and they were kind of breaking down how to seat a knot for us and that sort of thing. And they both said, yeah, this is the stuff to go with. And and that's what we used, and it works beautifully. And there it is right there in this beautiful, beautiful spalted maple handle. Courtesy of David Lair, Indie Brushworks. So yeah, if you're going to seat a brush knot, Caleb and Chris both recommend the Gorilla Waterproof Caulk and Seal. It does a great job of holding that knot in place. And I think there's also a method of if you want to reseat the knot or if you want to redo it or something like that, I think there's a way where you can use warm water to kind of heat this up a little bit. And I think that might... I'm not entirely sure. If anyone out there knows how to do that with this product, I'm thinking it might work a little more easily with, say, an aluminum shave brush handle or a very, very hardy, rugged plastic shave brush handle. Maybe not as much with a wooden handle, that sort of thing. But there is a way where you can kind of loosen it up and clean it up and then resheet the handle if for some reason you want to give it more backbone or less backbone or something like that. But what I have right here is just ideal. Really, really like this a lot. So thanks again for that comment. Ricker76er, really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone that contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, this arrived on the doorstep the other day from Yaki, a brand new razor stand. How about that? My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for very kindly and generously sending this along to the channel. All right, Yaki sent along this brand new universal razor stand available in 4 colors: black, silver, gold, and this beautiful purple. It's so new that it's not yet listed on their website, but as soon as Grace sends me the purchase link, I'll post it in the video description. By the way, you'll notice the DLC Yaki marking. DLC stands for Diamond-like Carbon, which is a very durable, low-friction coating often used on razors and high-wear metal parts. In this case, it's more of a branding cue than a technical spec, but it does give the stand that really nice, rich color. Yeah, how about that? And here, we're going to show you how that works with some of the razors. Here's the Bohemia razor right there from Yaki. How about that? Check that out, huh? Boy, that really handles it like a champ, and that's a nice amount of razor there. The Bohemia, we really like this one a lot. Got a lot of heft to it, and that stand handles it beautifully. And here's also another razor right here. Check that out, huh? How about that? That's a Yaki razor head on that Mission handle. Check that out. Isn't that nice? Yeah, just works really, really well. Okay, get the light out of the way. Okay, there we go. Yeah, So again, brand new razor stand from Yaki. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaki for sending us along to the channel, allowing me to share with all the viewers. As soon as we get more information and links and that sort of thing, we'll be sure to share it with you. Well, surprise, just as we started editing the Monday Morning Mailbag, Grace Chen contacted us and gave us the link to the product page where they're selling the razor stand. Here's a screenshot of it, and we will have a link below so you can check it out yourself. This beautiful DLC Yaki razor stand is available and in a wonderful variety of colors, so give it a look. Well, this morning, viewer Bill Murphy sent along this review of Chicago Grooming's Montrose Beach Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash. And Bill writes, "Hi, Mark. Chicago Grooming Montrose Beach. The scent is amazing. Very light, but lasts. Great beach scent. The aftershave is great and leaves my skin soft and smooth and not feeling sticky. It makes an unbelievable creamy slick lather. This is the second scent I have used from Chicago Grooming. I have one more to review, Windy City Barbershop, and at least one more on my wish list." From the Chicago Grooming webpage, "Just in time for summer, Montrose Beach is what I imagine the beach should smell like. Here are the scent notes: sea salt, dried coconut, eucalyptus, jasmine, carnation, vetiver, driftwood, and seaweed." Here's some fun facts from the internet that Bill sent along. An exceptional Northside beach, Montrose Beach offers incredible nature, from the lake to the sand dunes and the migratory birds. It's a popular summertime spot with a nearby cricket field, golf course, and ball fields. Swim, soak, or walk out onto the pier for amazing sights of the skyline. Cool fact, Montrose Beach is home to Amani and Sea Rocket, two piping plover birds that are local celebrities due to their rarity. Bathrooms? Yes. Concessions? Yes. Special amenities. There are kayak and volleyball rentals, a non-motorized boat launch, dog beach, boat harbor, and bird sanctuary. Accessibility. There is an accessible beach walk and wheelchairs are available to use for free with a valid ID. Just ask a lifeguard at the beach house. Wi-Fi? Yes. Now, here's what's in the photo. Soap, Chicago Grooming Montrose Beach. Aftershave, Chicago Grooming Montrose Beach. Brush, Lathered Yeti. Razor, Aylesworth Apex stainless steel with the mild plate. Razor blade, Gillette Platinum. Bowl, Spot Prints Custom Bowl. And that has the Air Force insignia there. And Bill, thank you again for your service very, very much. He continues here, "By the way, I used ChatGPT to enhance the photo. It was easy. Just go to the ChatGPT website, create an account, upload your photo, and edit the photo with a phrase such as, quote, improve the quality of my photo and make it clearer. Change counter to picnic tabletop and change wall background to Chicago Montrose Beach," unquote. It does a fantastic job. It will also improve, repair, and colorize old photos. Now, this photo that Bill sent along was enhanced by ChatGPT. I thought that he actually drove out to Montrose Beach, set up his shave set on that picnic table with the Chicago skyline in the background, and snapped the photo. No, here, he took a picture of it in his shave den and then used ChatGPT to, lay in the background the picnic table and enhance it. That is amazing. Wow, Bill, thanks very much for that helpful, artistic ChatGPT tip. Really do appreciate it. And he sent along this photo taken of him back in 1951 as a little toddler, and he used it to add color and enhance it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? That is absolutely amazing. Wow. So, Bill, thanks again for a really, really terrific review of Chicago Grooming's Montrose Beach. And thanks again for all the great ChatGPT tips and tricks. Really, really do appreciate it. Here it is from Wet the Face, Pink Grapefruit This was very kindly and generously sent to the channel by viewer Mike Handel. Mike, thank you very, very much. As you see, it's still sealed up. We have the shave soap and the aftershave splash, and we're going to get a review done of it. But first, we're going to crack this open for the first time and get a sample of this marvelous, marvelous scent, and then we will give you some information regarding it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, man. That's marvelous. That really is. That's a wonderful, wonderful scent. Here's what they have to say about Wet the Face Pink Grapefruit. Awaken your senses with the bold, invigorating scent of Pink Grapefruit by Wet the Face, a vibrant shaving soap crafted for men who appreciate clean, confident fragrance with a sharp citrus edge. Bursting with bright zest and natural energy, Pink Grapefruit captures the full character of freshly sliced grapefruit. The scent opens with juicy citrus sweetness before revealing the crisp bitterness of the rind, creating a balanced fragrance that feels refreshing, masculine, and unmistakably alive. This is not a sugary fruit scent. It's a refined citrus experience designed to energize your morning shave while delivering the rich lather, slickness, and post-shave comfort Wet the Face is known for. Fresh, crisp, bold, Pink Grapefruit is the perfect companion for warm mornings, clean starts, and men who prefer their grooming products with character. Here are the scent notes. Fresh pink grapefruit, bright citrus zest, tart grapefruit rind. Performance. Rich, creamy lather, excellent slickness and glide, luxurious post-shave feel, handcrafted in small batches. Yeah, this is a good one. The scent is wonderful, and Mike has also sent to the channel a previous Wet the Shave selection, Fallen Leaves, and boy, that was a great scent, and that lathered a treat. Mike, thank you again very, very much. So we're going to get a review done on this one. This is perfect for the warm weather that's coming upon us right now. Pink Grapefruit from Wet the Face, and again, this is a marvelous scent. And it's everything that they have described. It's fresh, crisp, bold. It's got that bright introduction and that little bit of a character rind in the background. Yeah, boy, that's just terrific. That really is great. Check it out. From Wet the Face, Pink Grapefruit. A big, big thank you again to Michael Handel for very kindly and generously sending this one along to the channel and allowing me to share it with all the viewers out there. Pink Grapefruit, perfect for the summer months. Give it a look. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Now, here's something really, really interesting that we received from viewer Bob Mykowski. But let me give you a little bit of background. If you follow the show, you might hear me talk about some of the cartoonists I've met over the years. One gentleman, Fred Laswell, is an absolutely fantastic cartoonist. He created Snuffy Smith, and when he was about 16, 17, 18 years old, he ended up being the assistant to Billy DeBeck. Billy DeBeck created the comic strip Barney Google, and Fred was hired as his assistant. And right around the 1940s or thereabouts, Billy DeBeck passed away, and Fred inherited the Barney Google comic strip. And then from that, he created the Snuffy Smith characters, and then the comic strip became Snuffy Smith and Barney Google. Now, during this time in the 1930s and the 1940s, I think it was through Billy DeBeck that Fred Laswell became very, very good friends with Babe Ruth. And it was really neat talking to Fred because he would tell me some of these Babe Ruth stories. For instance, Babe Ruth would show up at the studio and say, "Hey, Freddie boy, let's go to the ball game." And then they would go to Yankee Stadium and sit in Babe Ruth's private box and watch the Yankees play. This was when Babe Ruth had retired from baseball. And just really neat. And I've always said, I shook the hand that shook the hand of Babe Ruth, meaning I shook Fred Laswell's hand and Fred Laswell shook Babe Ruth's hand. And in a recent Monday Morning Mailbag highlight reel of the Maggard Meetup, viewer Steve Maffey, as we were talking to him, he said, "Hey, am I shaking the hand that shook the hand of Babe Ruth?" Which I thought was really, really terrific. That was a great, great, funny comment. Thanks again, Steve. But anyhow, knowing all this, Bob Mykowski sent this along. "Hey, Mark, you've mentioned Babe Ruth in your videos. A couple of years ago, I made a pilgrimage to Gate of Heaven Cemetery in Hawthorne, New York, to find the Babe's gravesite. Here are some pictures of his site. Billy Martin was not too far away. Take care, Bob Mykowski." How about that? He also added this: "I forgot to say that the baseball I left is up on the pedestal base, just below the inscribed names of the Babe and his wife." That is really something. You can see everyone leaves baseballs there for Babe Ruth. That is really, really very, very neat. So if you are ever in the Hawthorne, New York area, maybe you're a weekend getaway or something like that, you can head over to Gate of Heaven Cemetery and check out Babe Ruth's gravesite. Wow, that is really spectacular. Bob, thanks very much for saying that along. Really do appreciate it. We received this email from viewer Chris Lacey, and he writes, "Hi, Mark. It was great seeing you at the Maggard Meetup. I wanted to share the good news that I won the timeless stainless steel razor there, and it is a remarkably smooth piece of hardware. As someone who performs a 3-pass shave every single day, I initially found that it might be a bit too aggressive for that frequency. I experimented with a Persona Gem blade, and while it performed well, it didn't quite fit the daily driver rotation for me. However, I've since tried it with Nasset and Gillette Silver Blue blades. That combination is the sweet spot. It feels incredibly smooth and allows me to maintain my daily routine without irritation. This is now my third timeless razor. Even though they each have a unique feel and shave differently, the quality across all of them is outstanding. Thanks for all the effort you put into your videos. They are much appreciated. I hope to see you at the Ohio Meetup. Have a great week. Thanks." And that's from Chris Lacey. Chris, that's awesome. Congratulations. Again, folks, if you haven't been to a Maggard Meetup, you got to get to one, because not only is it great to see all the artisans there and fellow wet shavers and that really, really terrific piff table, they have some really outstanding door prizes there. And Chris came away with a really, really beautiful razor from the folks at Timeless Razor. They make a spectacular razor. They are impeccable. I have a few here in the shave den, and of course, my daily driver is the bronze, the Timeless Razor bronze razor. Boy, oh boy, is this great. And again, there's the stand right there. And yeah, really, really terrific, terrific, terrific razor. So, Chris, congratulations on winning that Timeless Razor. Folks, give Timeless Razor a look. If you're looking for a really, really spectacular razor for your shave den, get on over to Timeless Razor. Give them a look. Hey, wanted to show you this from Aaron Watson. And again, it's regarding the shave brush, the spalted maple shave brush. Aaron writes, "Hi, Mark. Great video this morning setting that Maggard knot. I have included a quick video of my brush with the same one. Thanks, Aaron Watson." Hey, folks, give it a look.
Hey, Mark. This is the brush handle that I got last year from David. Picked it up at the Ohio Meetup, and it's the same knot that you're using to set in the one for your giveaway. Beautiful wooden handle. The brush, like I said, good combination of softness, but still has a backbone. and goes great with really any wooden handle out there. For the price, definitely an underrated piece.
Hey, Aaron, thanks very, very much. And thanks for confirming how wonderful this knot is. It really is terrific. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun setting it into the spalted maple handle. Really, if you've never done it before, it's not that hard. Just make sure you have all the proper tools. Make sure you wear gloves, like disposable gloves. Make sure you handle the knot correctly, so you're not handling the knot with glue on the glove or in your fingertips, that sort of thing, so you don't get any glue in the knot. Make sure you test the proper depth with or without a quarter or two in the shave brush handle, that sort of thing. And it really is a lot easier than I thought. And again, a big thank you to Caleb Aylesworth and also Chris Bodrap for very kindly, giving me some guidelines and instruction last year on how to do it. So, I feel like a pro now, having done this particular shave brush handle, the spalted maple, and setting the knot there. And again, we use the Gorilla waterproof caulk and seal, which was recommended by both Chris and Caleb. So this is the stuff to get. Don't get the stuff in the brown bottle, because that expands and foams and that sort of thing. But it came out nice. And again, Aaron, thank you so much for confirming how wonderful this knot is. It really is terrific. This Maggard brown 26 millimeter synthetic knot. It's a good one. Aaron, thanks again very, very much. We received this email from viewer Robert Fagan, and he writes, "Hey Mark, I found this on YouTube and thought it was very interesting. It's Gillette razors through the years from 1901 to 2026. I thought you and the viewers might enjoy it and maybe help some who aren't sure what year the razor they have is from. Enjoy and best wishes from Ireland, Rob Fagan." Rob, thank you very, very much. Thanks for checking in all the way from Ireland. We'll have the link to this video below. It really is fascinating. It's a visual timeline of razors, Gillette razors, again, from 1901 to 2026. It really, really is terrific. Rob, thanks very, very much for sending this along. Really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for tuning in all the way from Ireland. Really, really do appreciate it. Yes, that's the lid from Mitchell's Wool Fat Shaving Soap, because David Dart sent the following. "Mark, good morning and greetings from up over." Laugh out loud. "Yes, I watched this morning's 3MB about items working better for some and not so good for others. Viking Revolution is one example, but also, and I personally haven't tried it, would be Mitchell's Wool Fat. People who have hard water have a really difficult time getting a good lather, while others say it's truly amazing. I couldn't agree more with you on this, and I really believe in try again. Have a great day, and thanks for another wonderful 3MB." And that's from David Dart. And David, thank you very much for pointing out Mitchell's Wool Fat. This is one of those shave soaps where, initially you try to build a lather with it and you might not get a good result, but as you work with it, it improves. And I think, from my understanding is, you're correct, David. If you have a better water supply, you'll get a better lather with this. And hard water, maybe not so much. Now, I'll put it to the viewers out there. What has your experience been with Mitchell's Wool Fat? I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to have to fire it up again for a shave and kind of see how it lathers up and, that sort of thing. It was one of these soaps that I discovered early on in my wet shaving journey because a lot of folks have talked about it. Now, sadly, they're out of business, but I think you can still find some stock online. I think Connaught Shave Supply out of the UK, I think they may have some. Not entirely sure. I was looking on AI. They listed some things. So not entirely sure, but if you come across some, snap it up. It might be worth investing a little time in your wet shaving journey with Mitchell's Wool Fat. Again, you might get a great lather, you might not, depending on your water supply, that sort of thing. But again, if you've used Mitchell's Wool Fat, Please comment below and let us know the kinds of lathers and the shaving experiences that you've had with this particular shaving soap. I love the scent. A really, really classic barbershop scent. No doubt about it. Mitchell's Wool Fat. Let us know what your experience has been with it. David, thanks again very, very much. Viewer Charles Smith very, very kindly sent to the channel these Treat Platinum razor blades. We received these blades in a gift bag along with this beautiful, beautiful fountain pen. Thank you again, Charles. Really, really do appreciate it. Anyhow, we talked about the Treat Platinum blades, and Jimmy V Photography sent along this email here. And he writes, "Hey, your mention of Treat Platinum reminded me that I had a couple of hundred of them. I tried them years ago, but they kind of got pushed aside as new blades came into the den. So for my shave of the day, I broke one out, popped it into my Henson Medium Titanium, and whipped up some Cheshire by Barrister and Mann. Super smooth and forgiving. I was on 2 days growth, and all the passes were buttery smooth. Granted, the Henson is usually a pretty great shaver, and Barrister and Mann produces a crazy slippery lather, but this was quite exceptional, a 5 out of 5. I'll have to run Treats through a few more razors to place it in my blade hierarchy, but it certainly is a contender. Have a great weekend. Talk soon." And that's from Jimmy V. Jimmy V, thank you very, very much. But he followed up with this email because he had another shave with the Treat Platinum. And he writes, "Hi, Mark. Today I ran a second use of the Treat Platinum in my console." Let me show you the console razor. This is that adjustable slant razor from Rex Supply and Razor Emporium. Boy, oh boy, is this a great razor. This is terrific. Now, Jimmy continues here. Today I ran a second use of the Treat Platinum in my console. The soap was Nordic from Razor Emporium. I figured I'd run it through different razors and soaps. This was after 2 days of beard growth. It really takes me at least 2 days to get a good test face. Once again, I got an incredibly smooth shave on settings from 4.5 down to 2, depending on the area being shaved. I use the higher settings for all passes on the larger areas of my face and throat, then dial it down around the sides of my mouth and mustache area. In a lot of ways, the Treat Platinum reminds me of Voskhod blades, sharp, smooth, and not too aggressive. My next shave will be Tuesday, most likely. I think I'll run one of those blades in my copper dock. I'm looking forward to that. Have a great weekend, my friend. And again, that's from Jimmy V. So folks, what's your experience with Treat Platinum blades? I am really, really intrigued, and I'm going to pop one into my console and have a shave myself. So if you use Treat Platinum razor blades, please comment below and let us know what kind of shave you're getting with them and what razor you're using them in. Jimmy, looking forward to all those shaves you're going to be having with Treat Platinum blades. And that wraps up another Monday morning mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. From the 3MB, where every shave tells a story, make it a great week.